Hello everyone, and welcome to my first episode of Art Things to Do When You Are Bored. So a lot of people have done this before, but I wanted to give it a try as well. I've got some ideas up my sleeve for you guys. Before I begin, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. For the first activity, you are going to need some cardstock, and I'm using these little scrapbooking things. I'm very blessed to have a scrapbooking mom, so I get a lot of these little craft things from her. So I'm going to be making those famous butterfly bookmarks that we've seen all over social media recently. I really want to make one of these. I think they are so cool. So I'm starting by folding a strip of paper in half and then folding it the length of half of a butterfly wing, if that makes sense. So that way when I put the butterfly on top, it lines up within the paper. So you want to make sure you cut a thick enough strip that the butterfly can fit horizontally on, and then I'm cutting it in half, which is kind of sad and scary looking, and then I'm going to glue it right onto the top flap, and then I'm going to match up the other side and glue the butterfly to the other side of that paper so you have something that looks like this. Once I had the butterfly glued onto the top of the paper, then I took some scissors and cut out around the butterfly, but not where our bended fold is. You don't want to cut it off from the paper completely. So just make sure you cut around it but not in the middle. And then to get rid of those little indents, I'm going to cut the sides at an angle. That way when it's in a book, you can't see the bookmark through it, you just see the butterfly. And then I'm going to take these other butterfly wings and put them on the outside so that the bookmark is covered on the inside and the outside, just to make it look extra nice. And then I'm cutting off any excess that shows around the butterfly from the front. So now we don't need the inside of this open anymore, so I'm just going to glue that shut. That way we can actually have a bookmark and decorate the outside of the bookmark now too. So here's how it's looking, super cute and fun, but now let's decorate it completely. So I'm using more of these little decals that I have here, and I'm going to just put them all over however I see fit. I want to do it floral and spring-like, and I'm actually making this one for my mom, so this is really fun. I try to think about what she might like, and I know she likes purple, so I tried to include some purple stars on there, and then I felt like yellow stars would help complement and balance everything out, so I put those on as well. This is really fun. You can get as creative as you want with it. You can draw things. Then I'm just cutting off the excess on the back, and then I'm going to decorate the back side as well, following kind of the same pattern of keeping it spring and floral because butterflies like flowers. So that's what I'm going with. I'm using the pieces that I cut from the other side to be resourceful and to make it match, and then I'm adding on even more stickers, and I finalize everything by adding in this little strips that will make everything kind of come together. I decided to put a strip along the bottom and along the top on both sides of the bookmark just to make it look super cute and fun, and it also has little sparkly parts in it which just added extra. And then I decided to take a sparkly gel pen and add even more sparkle to it, so I took this silver and outlined the flowers and then added in little stars everywhere along the bookmark as well, just to add even more detail to the design and to make it even more fun and beautiful. And then once that side was done, I flipped it over and did the exact same thing on the other side. This project is super fun and easy, and if you don't have a scrapbooking mom to give you awesome supplies, that's okay because you can draw everything and add in your own details too. You could even draw your own butterfly on the top, which would be really cool and fun too. So here's how it turned out, and here's what it looks like inside of a book. So it goes in like that, and then it just looks like there's a little butterfly sticking out of the top of your book. And I loved this so much, but I already knew I was going to give that one to my mom, that I had to make one for myself too. So here I am making it again, repeating the whole process and cutting the butterflies in half, which again is still really just not right looking. I'm making sure that this is as thick as I need it to be, and right now this looks like a really thick bookmark, but you have to make sure you have enough paper width-wise for the butterfly itself to fit on top of first, and then I'll fix the width of the bookmark later, and you'll see how I do that in a little bit. So if you have this issue and your butterfly is really big but you don't want a super thick bookmark, this is how you can fix that. So first I'm going in, then cutting it out, and then I'm going around it and putting in those angles like before, and then I'm going ahead and cutting around the entire design but not in the fold. So right now we still have a super thick bookmark, but now you can tell where I can cut it off. So then I cut the angles straight off, and now I know where the butterfly needs to sit on the bookmark bookmark. So now I have this completed bookmark. I decided to color in the middle black, that way you couldn't see white through when the butterfly was closed, and this is how it turned out. I think it's so cool. And then I put butterflies on the back as well, just to make it so that way again it was looking completed and it looked like a butterfly on the outside and on the inside of the bookmark. I know this is a lot to keep up with. It's kind of confusing at first, but you'll get the hang of it and it comes out really cool once you do. And this butterfly that I used on this one is actually a sticker in my shop, so if you want to get one of those to do this project, then I'll link them in the description and the comments. But for now, I'm just going ahead and decorating the entire bookmark like I did before, with some flower designs and some scrapbook paper. I really like how the one I made for my mom turned out, but I was trying to make this one also unique from itself and from the other one. So I did add in similar things and stars, but I also tried to make it a little more me. So the colors are a little more muted and more blues because I love blue. It's my favorite color. And then I went ahead and just added in the little tape sections as well, which have even more butterflies on them, which is really cute. And then I went ahead and cut off the excess from behind. And then this one was completed as well, but to make it even more sparkly and even more special, I decided to add in gel pen details to this one as well. But this time I went with gold, even though there would be a mixture of silver and gold. I'm okay with that. It can be a little overkill sometimes, but you know, I'm all for the extra sparkle and glitter, and this is how it turned out. And I think they are both so cool. This is such a fun project to give to someone or to make for yourself, and I think they turned out so beautiful and so fun. And then you have this little butterfly sticking out of the top of your book. So now it's time for the second project, which I accidentally ended up just making another bookmark for. I say accidentally because I was going to move on to another craft, but then I got distracted by all of these beautiful supplies, so I went ahead and put them on a piece of paper here, a nice thick piece of cardstock to keep it all nice, and then I glued it all on how I wanted it to look. And then I decided to round the corners to add extra bookmark looking effect, just to make it look really nice and professional. And then I decided to add in some extra gold gel pen details because you know that I can't resist the gold gel pen. And then after that, this project was complete as well. So this is a super simple one as well. You cannot just make a butterfly bookmark, but you can make a regular fun bookmark as well. And now it's actually time for the second project of the day, which is a mood board. So I made this cute little Valentine's Day red and pink mood board, which is really fun. You just pick a color or a theme and you draw things according to that. So I'm going to be using Posca pens for this, but you can use literally whatever art supplies that you want for this. And then I'm just going ahead and adding in a whole bunch of different designs in all of the boxes I created on a cardstock piece of paper. For my mood board, I decided to do the color blue, so I just had to think of anything pattern-wise, design-wise, subject-wise that is the color blue and incorporate it onto my mood board. So I started out with a light blue and dark blue checkerboard on the top right, and after I did that, I just kept on trying to brainstorm different things to fill in each of the little boxes I made for this mood board. I then went over and filled in with a sparkly blue Posca pen this little box here and just put in a couple of dark blue hearts. And then I moved on to the next box, which I really wanted to include something more substantial. So I decided to add in some clouds with a light blue sky. So I had to make sure I left the white space empty and then filled in the blue around it. And this box reminded me of Toy Story with the little clouds. It's just super cute. For the box to the right of this one, I usually like to write little quotes on my mood board. So I decided that I would write "Follow your dreams" in this dark blue color to stick with the theme. And then I went in with a light blue drop shadow just to add even more effect to the lettering because I felt like that would make it look a little bit better and help it fit more with the other images that I already created within the mood board. And now it's time to fill in the last box, which I had to ask my husband for ideas about things that were blue, and the first thing he said was butterfly, which I guess we're on a butterfly theme today, but that's what I decided to go with. So now I'm just drawing in this light blue butterfly, and after I colored in the butterfly completely, I decided that I wanted to add in some dark blue to fit with the rest of the box better. I tried the sparkles at first, but they really weren't contrasting enough for me, so then I went ahead in with some dark blue too, just to really make sure that the butterfly popped, and that way too when I add in designs later you can really see them distinct from the rest of the butterfly. So here I go adding in some little patterns here inspired by the bookmarks we made earlier, and then after that I was almost done with the mood board. I had finished all of the drawings, but you really have to add in extra special details to make it look complete. white and to really finalize the whole design. So I outlined some of the pictures with some little dashes and dots, and then I also added in some little sparkles and stars everywhere just to really add in some fun designs. I'm upside down, but you're right side up here. And then I also decided to take in a gold gel pen to add in a little bit of warmth and of course some shine into the whole drawing. And I just put those throughout the whole drawing wherever I felt like it needed a little bit more to pop out. And then after that, this was completely finished and it looks so cool. This is a really simple project that gives you really cool results and it looks so fun, especially when you use shiny things. But now it's time for the last project of the day. Something else you can do when you're bored is decorate an empty container. So I have this empty heavy whipping cream container that I cleaned out, and this is also from my mom, so shout out to her. And now I'm putting on 3 layers of gesso onto it to try and really cover up the underneath layers, especially since I'm going to be using lighter colors. But this is what the container looked like after 3 coats, so I just decided to go ahead in with some paint and see if that helped to cover it up. I'm blending my white and pink on top of the container directly. Do not recommend this method. I'm not really sure what I was trying to accomplish here, but anyway, I went ahead in with a dark pink and then I decided I wanted it lighter. So after I let everything dry, I went ahead in with a lighter pink and covered the entire container. If you're painting on something like this with a plasticky coat, really make sure you let things dry in between every single layer, otherwise you'll peel the paint off underneath. I set the carton aside to let the paint dry, and while I did that, I decided to make cute little details for the outside of the carton. So I decided to make this little nutrition facts label, and I mostly just added a whole bunch of stripes, a couple of words, and then mostly little squiggles to imitate words. And then after that, I decided to add a black border around the entire label. That way it would just really pop off of the carton. And then after that, it was time to go back in on my carton and create my design. So this design is inspired by one of my stickers that I have in my shop. It is a strawberry milk sticker. So I wanted to make a giant little strawberry milk carton, giant little, but you know, to imitate the sticker that I already have in my shop, and I felt like this would just be so cute. So I'm trying to imitate that design exactly how it is on my sticker. So I'm starting off with some pink little milk spill looking squiggles everywhere and then filling that in completely. And if you're using Posca pens to create on your designs, also really make sure that your paint is dry from your underneath layer before you go in. And now I'm adding a pink stripe across the top of the carton as well, just to add in even more detail. And now it's time to go in with my design. I'm adding in 2 strawberries to the front of this carton and to the back side as well, but for now I'm starting on this side. So I'm adding in red first to start with my darkest color, and then I went ahead in and added in little detail dots around the outside just to add in extra detail. And now I'm adding in a big strawberry in the background that's not cut in half, and then I'm going ahead in with my red to add even more details and another strawberry on the top of the container. And I'm going in with a light pink Posca pen to fill in the inside of the strawberry just with little dots and letting the background also be a filler in the strawberries. And I'm going in with this light green. This will add in some contrast and also add leaves to the top of my strawberry. So then after I did that, this side was completed, so I did it to the back as well to make sure they were on the same page. And now I'm going ahead and creating a little barcode to add even more cute details to this little carton. I felt like this would just be a really fun touch, and I also added a border just like I did with the nutrition label to make it pop off of the carton. Now I'm putting them on the container. Just look how cute it makes it. It's just super fun. And then I decided to add hearts all over the container wherever I felt like it needed them. And then I decided to use a black marker to outline all of my designs to make it look a little more cartoony and a little more stylized. I really want it to be in my style and really cutesy, and also match the sticker, which does have outlines on it. So I feel like this would be a great opportunity to add in details and to make it look just like the sticker does. So then I did it to everywhere that needed it, including the front and back and sides. And now I'm going ahead and labeling the milk carton. I'm obviously labeling it strawberry milk on the top and on the front of the container too. This was kind of scary because I felt like I wasn't going to have room and I was going to mess the whole thing up, but it actually ended up working out very well. I added in little hearts around the milk, and then I was completely done with the container after I wrote open on the top. Even though it has a cap, it's more just a style choice. And I decided to add even more cutesy details to this by taking a white Posca pen and adding in just a whole bunch of little details. And this made the biggest difference. Here's a before and after of this side and a before and after of this side as well. And you can just see the difference that these highlights make. It's so cute. This was such a fun project, and it's so cool to have transformed something into something else, and now it's super cute and can decorate things. So here's a look at the first thing you can do again, making a butterfly bookmark. And here's the one I made for my mom, and here is the one that I made for myself. They are super fun and super cute and super easy to make, but are so fun. And also just regular bookmarks are fun to make too. This one turned out super cute just using some paper. And here is another activity you can do, a mood board. I chose to do a blue mood board and add in some sparkle designs to really make it pop. And here is the final activity where we gave this old milk carton a makeover, and now it's this cute little strawberry milk container, which turned out so cute and fun. Let me know if you guys try any of these out and which one of these was your favorite. Mine is definitely the strawberry milk because just look at it. But here are all of the projects that we completed today. Let me know if you're bored and you try any of these out. They are all super fun, especially the milk carton. But let me know if you try any of these. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!